In November 2022, Felix Schellberg, aka PewDiePie, lost his title as the most subscribed content creator on YouTube. While some businesses had already surpassed him, no other individual had accomplished this. His usurper, a 25-year-old from North Carolina named Jimmy Donaldson, otherwise known as MrBeast. Even people who haven't heard of him know of his content. From recreating Squid Games to building a chocolate factory, MrBeast became famous for his huge challenge videos and his famous philanthropy. But who is MrBeast, and how does he fund all these stunts? What leads to his rise to fame? Welcome to Wealthy Takes, where we discuss the stories of the wealthiest and most influential people and how they made their fortune. Today we'll be discussing the success and philanthropy of Jimmy Donaldson, also known as MrBeast, young YouTuber. Not much is known about Jimmy's childhood, aside from being born on May 7, 1998 as Jimmy Donaldson. Although born in Kansas, he grew up in Greenville, North Carolina with his mother and brother. Jimmy was exposed to YouTube from a young age, leading him to create his channel Beast50. He started off as a Call of Duty and Minecraft Let's Player. Gaming channels were a dime a dozen, and Jimmy's growth was slow. What helped his channel was a group called Sub for Sub, where channels would share subscribers. This allowed Jimmy to reach 1,000 subscribers. However, while he got subscribers, he didn't get any more views. He eventually decided to delete his channel, but rather than hanging up his headset, Jimmy created a new channel, MrBeast 6000. Once again, the growth was slow, but he continued to experiment with content. One idea was talking about other YouTubers such as Smosh and PewDiePie. He was talking about some of the highest paid YouTubers, not realizing he would soon be one of them. One of his most famous videos would be a message to himself, wondering if he would ever reach 1 million subscribers. However, while things were starting to look up on YouTube, his grades were slipping and he was not enjoying playing games anymore. For a short time, he would step back from YouTube to get things in order. He would return and once again rebrand himself. His new videos consisted of challenges like cutting a plastic table with a knife or microwaving a microwave. While unusual, they worked as soon as Jimmy would have been pulling millions of views. King of challenges. With his niche, Jimmy's growth became exponential. One advantage of this format was that it allowed his personality to shine through. The second was the time and effort he put into his videos. He believed in quality over quantity and maintained high production values. Next was the mass marketability of these videos. Things like challenges had mass market appeal, allowing his videos to go viral. The system wasn't perfect though, as challenges were often seen in a negative light. Often people who made them only seemed interested in clout and would often do reckless challenges. Jimmy was not one of those people interested in views and found a way around that. This is best seen in one of his early challenge videos, talking to a sponsor until they give me $10,000. While an impressive feat on its own, what got people's attention was the follow-up video where he gave that money to a homeless person. This video gained over 2 million views and stood apart from the rest of the challenge genre. He would also repeat these processes to Uber drivers and delivery men, which started the now famous MrBeast Philanthropy. MrBeast reached over 1 million subscribers and other big names took notice of him. Ethan Klein invited him on the H3H3 podcast, which prompted Jimmy to drive cross-country to speak with him. After that appearance, the challenges and giveaways of Jimmy grew as well. From $10,000, it would grow to tens of thousands, then hundreds of thousands. The challenges would grow larger as well, sometimes involving hundreds of people. The most famous was MrBeast recreating Squid Games based on the popular Netflix series. This was his most ambitious video, requiring nearly 500 contestants and costing $3.5 million to produce. Much of that money went into designing custom equipment for the challenges, as seen in another video, How I Almost Ruined MrBeast's Squid Games, where one of the engineers shows the equipment he created. This gamble was a success as the video went viral, currently standing at almost 500 million views, and inspired Netflix to create an actual Squid Games game show beyond YouTube. As with many other internet personalities who make it big online, the next step was to build a brand. For MrBeast, philanthropy has always been a big part of his career, so it was no surprise that he worked on Philanthropic project. The first major non-profit project Jimmy began was Team Trees. To celebrate reaching 20 million subscribers in 2020, MrBeast started a project to plant 20 million trees worldwide, and this would become the largest YouTube collaboration in history. To achieve this goal, MrBeast and another channel, Mark Rober, partnered with a company called Arbor Day Foundation. This NGO planted trees in badly needed areas through donations, and MrBeast's goal was to raise $20 million so they may plant those trees. Team Tree consisted of hundreds of YouTubers and influencers who gave their subscribers a request. They asked each one to donate $1 to plant a tree. Fortunately, this team effort was a resounding success, as within less than 2 months, Team Tree had raised the necessary money gathered from 800,000 donors worldwide. The money they raised would fund reforestation from badly hit areas such as the Amazon, Andes, and Southeast Asia. Aside from YouTubers, Team Trees also received an unexpected boost from public figures like Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk. Less than a year later, they would repeat the process to clean the seas with another project. Team Seas aimed to help remove 32 million pounds of garbage. Hundreds of influencers, spearheaded by MrBeast, helped raise the $32 million budget necessary. Like with Team Trees, they called upon their subscribers to help fund the project, which would clean beaches and pick trash up from the ocean. Beyond philanthropy, though, Jimmy also worked as a businessman. His most famous venture is a chain of fast food restaurants, MrBeast Burger. How it worked is that the existing restaurant would serve a menu created by Jimmy and his team on top of their current menu. The burger chain would serve more than 1 million burgers in less than 4 months. Aside from that, this project helped keep nearly 300 restaurants afloat over the pandemic thanks to the extra revenue from MrBeast burgers. But burgers weren't the only food Jimmy decided to market. His next venture was a snack company called Feastables and the famous Beast bars. He hopes that this could become an alternative to mass-produced chocolate. The Beast bars also serve a role in another project, with several bars holding a golden ticket that would give the owner a chance to visit MrBeast's chocolate factory, which is a recreation of Willy Wonka's factory. However, MrBeast's success wasn't entirely without controversy. Many people have criticized how he spends his money offering them challenges instead of donating them. This was especially true during the pandemic, when many people were struggling to get by. Others have argued that having these challenges allow him to raise money in the long term and give more money away. Another criticism against Jimmy is that he's using people and their struggles to make money and get views. This was especially true in his recent videos, 1,000 blind people see for the first time and 1,000 deaf people hear for the first time, where he pays for the surgeries of 1,000 blind and deaf people. While many praised his charitable act, others claim that he was using the disabilities of people for money. This also sparked debates about the growing wealth inequality in the world and the poor state of healthcare. The most unusual controversy came out when one of Jimmy's friends and channel host, Chris, came out as transgender. Chris immediately faced harassment from viewers and other YouTubers, including from popular channels such as SunnyV2. Jimmy defended his friend and publicly supported her decision, something that led many to accuse MrBeast of virtue signaling. In a recent video, MrBeast tried to create his own little Olympics with representatives from countries all over the world. The problem arose with a map he created which boasted several issues. Those problems included adding Crimea to Russia, recognizing Hong Kong as an independent country, and marking all American territories as independent nations, and most controversially, using the Taliban flag instead of the US-backed Afghanistan government flag. This display caused quite a stir, with many calling it a geopolitical nightmare. However, this did not stop the video from amassing an astounding 117 million views. Not all of these controversies were new. One of Jimmy's earlier business ventures came back to haunt him when he landed in trouble because of Beast Burgers. While made with good intentions, many of the ghost kitchens were not prepared to serve the burgers and suffered from quality control issues. Over half of the Beast Burger locations had less than 2.5 stars. Seeing the issues, MrBeast began working to get out of the contract he made with Virtual Dining Concepts, the company that handled the ghost kitchens. When they refused to cancel the contract, MrBeast sued the company for damages to his brand, which led to the company suing him back. Only time will tell who will emerge on top of this lawsuit. More recently, Jimmy found himself on the wrong end of his idol Elon Musk. After buying Twitter, Elon has been working hard to get influencers like MrBeast to post videos on his platform, promising ad revenue and increased engagement. Jimmy eventually took Elon up on his offer in January 2024 and posted a video on Twitter, an older one, several months old. He did this because he wanted to see how much ad revenue it would make. To his surprise, that one video netted him about $250,000 and 100 million views. Surprise soon gave way to suspicion, as many users and groups suspected that this video was artificially boosted to appease Jimmy. Even MrBeast himself acknowledged that more groups bought ads on his videos, including from companies who no longer advertise regularly on Twitter. While this was true, other Twitter users have even gone as far as to say Elon rigged his entire experiment and is taking their money as they have seen increasingly smaller revenue. In just a few years, Jimmy has redefined what it means to be a YouTuber. From just someone who makes videos, he now boasts a reputation as one of the most subscribed and also admired people on the platform because of his philanthropy. In many ways, he's proven that someone can have money and success, but still be ethical and compassionate. Even with all these accomplishments, MrBeast still plans on building his channel. He hopes to cross over 1 billion subscribers, something no other channel has managed to do. Despite how impossible this might seem, Jimmy seems quite confident and has already released other language channels to increase his possible audience.